Welcome back, everybody. Okay, so how well do you manage your time? I feel like this is a loaded question. So are you already struggling to keep up with your New Year's goals? Maybe you feel overloaded and often have to work late just to hit those deadlines. Or maybe your days seem to go from one crisis just to another crisis and you feel like, well, you're barely staying afloat.
Yes, 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 all the above. All of it's real, but our next guest is here to help us take control of our lives and reclaim our time at work and at home. We have with us peak performance and mindset coach Hina Khan. Welcome back!
Hina, we love having you here, and I think many of us know intuitively that we should be managing our time better, but it's difficult to identify the mistakes we're making. So where should we start?
Well, first start with throwing out the notion of managing your time, because time cannot be managed. Should we just end the segment? No, I'm joking. What you can manage, though, is your activities. And once you do that, I promise you're going to feel lighter and you will actually feel an abundance of time, like you have all the time in the world.
Okay, I like this. Yeah. I like this.
Now, you say that we live in a culture that's obsessed with personal productivity. It's hustle culture, right?
Yes.
It's like we just make a sport out of bragging about how busy we are. Yeah. But you say that that is actually in opposition to being truly productive? How so?
Well, being busy doesn't mean you're productive. I think we have associated being busy with being important. Like, oh, they're so busy. Oh my gosh, look at what they're up to. And that's why we've glamorized it. But that doesn't mean you're productive. For me, I've made rest part of my business strategy. Because think about it, when do you have your great ideas? Is it when you're in front of the computer, or is it when you're out for a walk or in the shower, right? So rest is really important because that's when creative breakthroughs happens. And athletes know this because rest is part of their training. Growth happens at rest. But we feel bad about that because we feel ashamed, sometimes guilty for taking a break, or we've got to justify it. I've been working so hard, I'm burnt out. Oh, you deserve it now.
Or we make other people feel bad for taking time off.
Absolutely, we absolutely do. So make rest part of your strategy and you'll be so much more productive.
I'm sure everyone has said this, like that thing where they say, if there were only more hours in the day, I could get much more done. But you say it's actually not about time shortage, right?
No.
What's the issue here?
It's prioritizing. How many of you woke up this morning and reached for your phone?
Yeah.
I like how everyone's looking at everyone else. You
did it.
Yeah.
So when you do that, you're automatically in a reactive state. You're reacting to your social medias. Did I get enough likes? You're reacting to others. You're in emails. And now you're reacting and you spend your whole day like that. So many people have lost their day before 9 a.m. They're not in control of their day. And it's because they don't have their priorities straight. So they're just bouncing from one thing to another.
Okay.
So it's a lack of priority.
I mean, I love a good to-do list, but I sometimes can make my to-do list and feel extraordinarily overwhelmed by it. So how do we make a to-do list that really works for us?
Okay, I love this. You want to make your list from the place of your goal. So if your goal is to create more revenue in your business, if you're an entrepreneur, then think of only six. Can you do this? Six revenue generating activities. Okay. That's from the place of the goal. The other thing is we live in a world of almost. I almost finished it, or half done. So we've got all of these unfinished things. So you want to move from one thing to another after you have completed it. So only do six, but have it be attached to what you want.
Okay.
Let's talk about boundary setting, because you say that that's another important part of managing our day. So what does that look like, and how does that help us achieve these?
You gotta say no sometimes, right?
That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
And you can add the hit too. No, but that's exactly what it looks like. I don't know about you, but I was a people pleaser. So I would say no to myself before I would say no to you. If you'd asked me for something, it was always a yes because I really wanted to be liked. So you've got to make your own goals the priority by saying no, and you valuing your own time by valuing your activities. It's about saying no.
Okay, talk to us about magic hour.
Oh.
Yes, this sounds fun. What is it?
Fun. So if you came over to my house on a Saturday morning, well, I wouldn't answer the door because, you know, I don't. Are you those people that don't answer doors when the doorbell rings?
Yes.
So what you would find, though, is that I would be on the couch with my computer open, working away on content like podcasts and things like that, with the dogs right beside me, and that's when I love it. Now, some people might look at that and go, oh, Hina's so busy. Hina's working on the weekends. No. That's when I'm in flow. Like for you, you may find that there's a certain time of day that you love to write, and it might not be in the 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. So you find the time where you're in flow, and that's how you create through ease, joy, and fun.
I love that. Any tips for people who don't, like they work a 9 to 5 and they don't have a lot of flexibility with their schedule?
So I would say still take your schedule. There may be things you can't move, like taping a television show, but there are other things that you may have been doing and you've been doing it out of habit for so long. So maybe there are certain activities that you're best to do in the mornings, or certain that are best to do later in the day. So you can still flip things around by looking at when are you best for certain activities.
Okay, got it. All right, someone's watching right now and they're like, okay, Hina, the top 3 go-to tips that you would give for better time management.
1, make your priorities from the place of your goal. Number 2, identify your magic hour. And then finally, that 2-letter word, no. Set boundaries, learn to say no.
Amazingly, somehow you fit all that in your allotted amount of time.
So good.
Hina, thank you so much for all your insight. It's always great to have you, and we're going to be right back.
Hey there! Wasn't that great? Do you know where you can find some equally good content? Our YouTube page. It's filled with discussions, debates, and some laughs. Head there now, like and subscribe.